So what's the purpose of this upcoming Upper Cervical Neuro Boot Camp? What can you really expect to get out of it? Well, first off, I'd like to say thank you for all those who've registered, and thank you for all the questions and inquiries we've received. There's been a lot of buzz around it, which we're very thankful for. We actually started off, we were going to give the first 24 registrants a reduced fee. And since we've already hit our capacity on that, and we've had other people inquiring and other people who've done other boot camps and so on and so forth, we decided to go ahead and open it up, and we're going to have that reduced fee for everybody. So even if you're past that 24, which you are at this point, then you can have that reduced fee. So what's the purpose and what do you expect to get out of this? Well, first off, we want to really make this neurology come alive. And what I say by that is this: in the upper cervical world, there's a lot of really great teachings on upper cervical neurology. Most of it is based around the mechanisms, understanding, proprioception, understanding cerebrospinal fluid flow and blood flow as it comes out of the base brain. There's a lot of different mechanisms that are explaining how an upper cervical subluxation can cause such detrimental neurological and physiological function, and its correction can improve things. But what we really don't have, and they're probably in some pockets, but we don't have it in a wide variety, is teachings that are based upon showing how is the cerebellum working, how is the brainstem working, how is the cerebellum, basal ganglia, frontal lobe working, how are the cranial nerves doing? Because when you actually measure and look at these things through a proper physical and history, what you'll see is you'll see the physiology and the neurology come alive. And this is really what we want to get at. In the upper cervical realm, what we generally see is there's three broad categories where you see your upper cervical results. The first one is in the cranial nerves. We have published literature on this. We have trigeminal neuralgia, Bell's palsy, facial nerve stuff, all these kind of conditions that have been published in the literature showing improvements to the upper cervical. So we know that we're having an impact on the cranial nerves. The second one would be the autonomic nervous system. We also know we're having an impact on that. The great Dr. Dickholz published a paper on hypertension. But also Dr. Dickholz believed, as I believe, that one of the major impacts we have with our upper cervical work is really in the autonomics. And when you touch the autonomics, you are touching everything from the nose to the toes, because the physiology of the body is completely and absolutely directed and regulated through the immune system, the hormone, endocrine system, even the nervous system itself is regulated by that autonomic nervous system. So I'm going to show you a history and a physical exam that you can do on your patients to accurately assess what's going on. And not only that, but after you've done your care, you can show yourself as well as your patients improvements. And the third area that we actually see the upper cervical results is just brain-based. These are everything from movement disorders, which could be something like a Parkinson's, but movement disorders is also things like OCD, tics, ADHD. These can all be movement type disorders, or just brain-based function, cognitive impairment, memory loss, different things like this. I'm going to show you through a history and physical exam how to go through each one of these, and I'm going to do it in such a way it's going to be very simple. But you're going to learn a lot about it, and I think you'll gain an understanding of neurology that perhaps that you haven't had before, because we're going to take it from theory of mechanism into an actual practice of seeing it, and so it can come alive. We're also going to be doing many clinical pearls along the way. Where it's appropriate, I'm going to show you where lifestyle things can actually impact what you're doing with your upper cervical. And I think that's going to be a big benefit for you as well. So I really do encourage you to join along. I think when you do this, it will really help knock your patient's socks off with a great examination, and that'll help you, help them have confidence in you, and I think that ultimately helps with compliance. This is going to be a great deal of fun. I've been preparing over the last month for this, and it's getting down to the wire. Next week we're starting, and I got to tell you, I'm very jazzed up about this, and I just love the process of this, and I think you will too.